Hi guys, it's Nancy from Into the Rabbit Hole with me. I apologize first off. It's the weekend, it's Sunday, and it's Easter Sunday as I'm filming this. As my beautiful husband is putting together Easter meal and he kind of shooed me out of the kitchen. So what's a girl to do? Prepare for school tomorrow. So anyway, I thought it would be really cool for me as a way of record keeping to start almost like this new series on Sundays on like what we're going to be reading like this upcoming week and stuff, because I am horrible at record keeping. So I have the school Nest notebook in here that we have. But here in the beginning, I want to try to utilize some of the spaces in the very beginning where it has like the monthlies is what I call them. Hold on, let me find it. So you have, wait a second. Okay, see these plan and reflect pages? This is on the School Nest Minimalist Planner. See these plan and reflects? Well, there's ample space in here, and I want to start taking pictures of the books that we read for the month and keeping like a proper record of it. So if you know me, you know I am horrible at record keeping. And so I thought if I did a video and shared with my YouTube friends, this is also a way of me doubling back and checking to be like when I go to plan at the end of the month, all the books that we've read and what's on our agenda. So I thought that that would be really fun. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to share and kind of like break down what the plan of attack is for this upcoming week. Okay, so for my sixth grader, we have 3 different books going on. Now this isn't his entire language arts curriculum. These are just specifically the books that we're going to be using this week. Maybe I'll do like a different series on like a weekly play-by-play. If you guys are interested, that might be interesting. Okay. Piecing Me Together is a really awesome book focusing on identity. And it's a very powerful book. And it's one that I want to read together with my son. And so we're kind of just working our way through it. I expect us to still be on this for a couple more weeks because we're just taking it bit by bit by bit. And by the way, if you hear music in the background, again, it is Easter. My husband's cooking and rocking out in the kitchen. So, and it's raining. I don't know if you can hear the rain. Hold on. If I'm very quiet, see if you can hear it. Can you guys hear it? Do you hear the music in the background? Anyway, okay, Piecing Me Together. Let's get back on track. Return to Sender. He's going to be reading independently, and I have detailed plans that we're going to be using from Fish Tank to cover this. George Washington's World is our interdisciplinary subject that we're doing in our ELA block in addition to our history block. So this is for my 6th grader. This is what he has going on. For my 4th grader, he has this book by Diamond Daniel. It's not by Diamond Daniel. It's actually by Nikki Grimes, which we love a lot of her poetry. But this is a book titled Diamond Daniel. And we are also using a Fish Tank unit for this, but this is below grade level. And so we're going to be doubling up on lessons for this. But this is also on identity. And I love the way it's approached, and it's it's not a 2-part book, but for the lesson plan for Fish Tank, it goes into this one. And then there's another book that comes right afterwards. And they both look really good. And I think it's going to get the point across really well. In addition, and it's kind of like focusing on what his older brother is also focusing on, which is identity, you know? So I just feel like it's going to mesh really well together for us as a family, learning about this subject and exploring it and analyzing it cohesively like that, you know? Then Ginger Pie. So he's doing, why can't I think of it? WWE. That's the acronym I remember it by. Why can't I remember the name from the Well-Trained Mind? Writing with Ease. Okay, Writing with Ease. And there's an excerpt in the Writing with Ease from Ginger Pie, and my son expressed interest in wanting it. So I got the book, and he's just going to do this as an independent read, 15 minutes a day until it's done. You know? So that is what he has going on. This is also going to be an independent read, obviously, that we're going to be discussing together. We're going to be writing paragraphs. We're going to be just analyzing the book overall. So they're both independent reads. This one obviously is going to have more guidance to it. This one's purely for pleasure that I'm forcing him to do for school. Anyway, so that is for the ELA blocks for both kiddos. Now for history, we are currently working our way through this book, which is The Absolutely True Tale of Disaster in Salem we should have this whole week, this whole upcoming week reading this, and then 2 extra days in the following week where we will be finishing it up, and then that will be done. We are working our way through the Spanish fairy book. My kids absolutely love this. It is gonna take us probably at least another month to like get through it, because again, we just do it in really small chunks. And then we're also going to be reading this interactive one. We're going to do a family style, and this is a Salem Witch Trials. We're going to be working our way through that. We are going to be reading about Benjamin Franklin, and I have this really cool book. I think I found it like at the thrift bookstore, but it's really it makes the story come to life. It's all done in narrative, and I just like the way that the story is like interwoven. So we're going to be reading this week. So there's that. And then the history spine that we're using for right now. And the reason I say that is because I'm actually interweaving multiple different history curriculums together. But this is now our 3rd week going into A History of Us, book 2. And I'm not doing anything fancy with this. We're just reading the lessons as is for this book. When we get into book 3, things are going to change. It's going to be a lot more in depth. There's a lot more that we're going to be doing with it. But as our first month, kind of getting our feet wet and getting used to the new flow, we're just reading it, discussing it. Every now and then I have them do written summaries or an outline. And so they each have their own copy. So we have that, and these are my lesson plans for that. I have it all written down right there. Okay, so that's for history. I just wanted to show that in context of what everything is included. As our family read alouds, we're working our way through Alice in Wonderland slowly but surely, because we're just not reading Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. We're going to work our way through The Looking Glass as well, because if you do one, you honestly have to do like the other. So we're really working our way through this part as well. So we're probably going to be on this as well, at least to the end of this week. And then our next family read aloud that we're working our way through is this short story book, The Sea Ringed World, Sacred Stories of the Americas. So this is a really good one, filled with a bunch of short stories as well. So we're reading that, and they're doing oral narrations after every story. And then what we're going to be reading is Standing in the Need of Prayer, and I created some lesson plans to go along with it, some like hands-on research and writing opportunities and stuff, and some YouTube videos and clips like that. So we're going to be doing that. So that is our family what I'm going to call morning time. That's like during like our morning time. So then the final big block of books is going to come from our geography. And so I'm going to show you what we're currently reading our way through. Our states have crazy shapes, so we're reading our way through this. We're not going to be finished with this anytime soon. We're kind of going along with the curriculum. This is not part of the curriculum, so this is one of the 2 geography units that I'm going to be doing. I have a world geography one, and then I'm doing the states and capitals. So we're just kind of doing 2 or 3 lessons a day, and every time we cover a specific state, we're going to be covering it in here. So that's the way that I incorporate that. Now, the spine to go along with that is the 50 states book. Don't know much about the 50 states. So, but I also sub this out sometimes because it's going to be more interesting, including like a variety of other state books. But this week we're going to be working out of this book, and then next week I'm going to rotate that out, and we'll be working out of different books. And then along with that, we're also doing Haunted USA. So we're reading our way through that for every geography lesson. And then for this week, we're going to be just doing a geography puzzle. I have so many United States puzzles and resources and stuff that every week I want to be doing something new. We're going to switch gears for the month of May when we transition into our world history curriculum, and then we will be doing world geography, and this will also change at that time. So we're going to do this for this month, and then when we transition to our world history, our geography is also going to switch, and we're going to focus on world geography. So what the history does is what determines our geography for that month. Okay, so that is what I have going on. So let's see if I can keep it up and keep track of the books that I read, because I honestly think it would be really cool. And plus, when you get into high school, it's a requirement anyway, and so if I can get into a good habit of doing that now, then great. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Bye guys.